Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We are talking Tuesday, July 8th. Happy Dinger Tuesday, everybody. I'm going to have 8 guys on Dong Watch for today's MLB betting slate. 3 of my favorites I'll give you guys at the beginning. So if you just want to lock in those, you can. But if you want to spray the board, which is what I've been doing, you can do that as well with all 8. Very excited about what we have in store for today, because it's been an awesome run. I'm really pleased with how things are going recently. That came through yesterday as well. That continued, I should say, yesterday. Addison Barger came through with the home run. Rafael, the Ninja Turtle for the Red Sox, came through with a home run as well. And then Ketel Marte didn't play. He got scratched due to a groin injury, so we just got our money back there. Overall, yesterday, we were up 1.24 units on the Dong Report. I'm starting to up my unit size a little bit recently, and I've been rewarded with that, which is great. I'm glad that upping my unit size has also coincided with the home runs continuing to hit. So that's been great. And the good news is that now brings ourselves on the green on the year. Granted, slightly in the positive, but hey, I'll take in the green. Up 0.97 units on the Dong Report on the entire season, up basically 1% ROI. Those two numbers obviously aren't amazing. It's been the tale of 3 seasons. We started off the year on fire. We were up like 11 units the first 3 weeks of the MLB season. And then we slowly went downhill for basically all of April, all of May, and half of June. Then we started getting on another hot streak, which is what brought ourselves to the green on the year. Now, as I've started to spray the board, which is when we've really started to have success, that's why you see the profit if putting 1 unit on every single home run as high as it is. Like, you're basically up 40 units if you've taken every single home run pick I've given out and put 1 unit on it. Now, again, like 30 of these units, if not all 40 of them, have been in these last couple weeks because I've been playing more home runs. Like yesterday, to give you guys context, we were up 1.24 units playing everything for 0.2 each on individual Dong. If you would put 1 unit on every single one, just to give you guys the context to that, you would have been up like 6 units yesterday. So that kind of shows the gap and why the numbers are the way they are. Now, I know people have asked, like, why don't you just put 1 unit on every single one? Because I don't want to have a situation where, like, over a 10-week stretch, we're down 60 units, because that's just brutal to your bankroll. So home runs, I play a little bit lighter. But however you want to play it, it's totally up to you. As for today, pretty decent weather slate. Awesome, the Athletics game. Awesome at the Red Stadium. Yankee Stadium, awesome. And then good at the White Sox home stadium and the Brewers home stadium as well. Then slightly above average at the Angels and Orioles. Now, one thing that I do want to preface is that there are some games with rain, possible rain issues. Yankee Stadium is the one that's the biggest possible postponement, like 60% rain the entire game, basically. So I really hope that one gets played because it's an incredible weather game, but we'll see. And there's mostly agreement across the board from Weather Edge to Ballpark Pal as well. There's some slight disagreements, but mostly across the board, they like and dislike the same games. The biggest disagreement is the Red Sox, which Weather Edge really likes. Orioles, which Weather Edge really likes, which Ballpark Pal is a little more average on. But either way, it should be a really good home run situation for today. And let's get right into it. So my first play, and one of my 3 favorites, is Jazz Chisholm Jr. We are taking him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 340 odds at FanDuel. So the thing with Jazz is it's going to seem like this is not a good matchup going up against Logan Gilbert. And I get it, because Logan Gilbert has the name brand of an ace and all that stuff. He really has struggled, Logan Gilbert has, since he has come back from injury. So you look at his last, basically since he's come back from injury, it's been, I think, 4 starts for him. So we're looking at the starts. He's allowed a home run every 15 at-bats against left-handed hitters. That's really bad. Barrel rate, all his numbers across the board are not terrible. The biggest issue here is the fly ball rate of 37.5%. The barrel rate is slightly below average. The hard hit rate is more so average than anything, but he's just allowing guys to put the ball in the air. And that's a killer if this game is played at Yankee Stadium. It's high winds blowing out between 11 to 13 miles per hour. Yankee Stadium is very receptive to winds. It's hot. It's in the 90s to the 80s, high 80s in this one. And Yankee Stadium, with that short right field porch, a lefty does not need to hit the ball that hard or that far for it to be a home run if they pull the ball. So all that stuff lines up perfectly for Jazz Chisholm Jr. And again, he's been on fire recently. You look at him, I guess this is the second part of it, is he leads the MLB in barrels over the last 14 days with 11. Absolutely insane run from barrel perspective. You look at the last week for him, it's still really, really good at 4 barrels. Not quite like, there's 15 guys tied with 4, then 2 guys above him with 5, but still good overall. Like that 4 number is perfectly acceptable. And he's been just on an absolute tear. And the biggest home run issue for Logan Gilbert, I mean, he throws a slider the majority of the time. You look at Jazz against sliders over the last month. I mean, we're talking obscene numbers. 30% barrel rate, 37%, I should say, 57% hard hit rate, 57% fly ball rate. That's over the last month. You look at the last 2 months, Jazz against the slider, still really, really good. Not quite as good, still really, really good. And then even the sinker, which is the other home run pitch for Logan Gilbert, Jazz has really good numbers against that as well. 23% barrel rate, 80% hard hit rate, 40% fly ball rate. Now, he does strike out a decent amount against the sinker. That's fine, because when he's making contact with it, he sends it to the absolute moon. And Logan Gilbert, like I said, he's a good pitcher, and he has the name brand of a good pitcher, but he struggles more against lefties. That even dates back to last year. And I'm not a huge batter versus pitcher guy. Those of you that are will see that Jazz has hit a home run off of Logan Gilbert. That was last year. I mean, no doubt, 95% chance that bad boy was a home run. So all in all, even though it does not look like a good matchup for Jazz, I actually think it is a really good one. That, excuse me, is our first play. Again, plus 340 odds at FanDuel. Next up, I'm going with Eugenio Suarez to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 350 odds at Bet365. Now, one thing that I like about this is the massive difference between Bet365 and FanDuel. FanDuel has it at 255. Bet365 has it at 350. Almost a full 100% difference between the two. And I always like to look at situations where FanDuel is kind of not giving you the best odds, because theoretically FanDuel always should. It's not like a blindly bet situation, but that is something that I look at. The biggest thing here, why I am in on Eugenio Suarez, is the pitching matchup against Nick Pivetta. Pivetta is a right-handed pitcher who is significantly worse against right-handed bats. It's dramatic, the difference. So against lefties, 1 home run over his last 5 starts. Home run every 68 at-bats. Pretty good numbers across the board, right? But everything's green, except for line drive rate, but the fly ball rate is low, somewhat low. You go against righties, all these numbers go significantly worse. Fly ball rate from like 22 up to 39%. Barrel rate almost triples. Hard hit rate is significantly higher. And Eugenio Suarez is a good batter who, I mean, he's good against both righties and lefties, but he really hits righties hard. You look at him over the last month, like he's not a barrel guy, so his barrel rate isn't going to wow you, but he swings for the fences, so he strikes out a lot. But when he makes contact, the ball's hit hard. And the biggest issue for Pivetta is his four-seam fastball. Granted, the last 5 weeks, it's been everything. They're all, except for the sinker and the slider, they're all bad. But on the year, it's mostly been his four-seam fastball that's done the most damage, like 4 home runs hit off of that. And Eugenio Suarez has really good numbers against four-seam fastballs from righties. Not as much over the last month, still 2 home runs hit off of it. 60% hard hit rate is really good. The fly ball rate is a little bit low, but then you just go back to the last 2 months and barrel rate up to 10.26%, hard hit rate 70%. That's kind of more in line with what we expect from Eugenio Suarez. He's not red hot at the plate. You look at him over the last, we're looking at the Diamondbacks. Look at him over the last week. Only 1 barrel, which isn't great, but 9 hard hits it's okay. I'm not going to say he's not nearly as hot as Jazz Chisholm Jr. at the plate, but he's hitting well enough, and it's a fantastic matchup against a pitcher that, again, gets hit hard, so much harder from righties. Weather Edge really likes this game from a weather perspective. They have it at like a plus 25% home run situation. Ballpark Pal disagrees, so you don't want to put too much emphasis into that. They have it as a negative from a weather perspective. They have it as completely average. So a little bit of a disagreement there. Petco is not a hitter's park, admittedly, but neither is where Eugenio Suarez's home stadium is, and he still hits a bunch of home runs. He's like, top 5 in the MLB in terms of home runs. So this one I like a lot from a matchup perspective. And then my last of my favorite three is Bo Bichette. We are taking him to hit a home run. A lot of the reason why I like Bo is the odds. He's actually plus 500 at FanDuel. Let me see if I refresh if this number will correct. Yeah, there we go. Plus 500 at FanDuel for Bo Bichette. It's one of Ballpark Pal's favorite plays from like the difference between what they have it the true line at versus what you're getting. 500 at FanDuel, 375 at 365. The closest book is 430 at Fanatics. So different situation because this one is on FanDuel, but pretty good from a line shopping perspective as well. And Bo, so the reason why I like Bo Bichette is he's not quite as hot at the plate if you look at the two guys on the Blue Jays I was on yesterday, Springer and Barger. But he's hitting the ball pretty well. More so recently, like obviously only 5 hard hits in the last 7 days isn't great. You look at the last 14, as soon as this decides to load, 16 hard hits is pretty good. But I really am looking at what he did yesterday when he had 3 hard hits yesterday, and 2 of them were annihilated. One of them, it was a negative degree launch angle. So obviously that part's not great, but it was 104.8 miles per hour off the bat. And then he had a fly out that traveled 391 feet. Like you see, another home run was hit 6 feet farther, and it was just because of where it was hit in the stadium. So Bo Bichette hit it 390 feet to center field. This one was pulled, so it was a home run. But I like the fact that Bichette is swinging a hot bat. 3 hard hits yesterday, 2 of them above 100 miles an hour. Okay numbers over the last week in the last 14 days. But he also has the best numbers against the pitch mix. And the pitcher that they are seeing, Aaron Savale. You know, it's kind of interesting. Savale, if you look at the last 5 starts, has been a lot worse. The last 5 weeks is what I want. He's been worse against righties, home run every 21 at-bats, versus lefties, where he hasn't really allowed anything to a lefty over the last 5 starts. And like all the numbers, barrel rate, hard hit rate, fly ball rate, he's a fly ball pitcher, all higher against right-handed hitters. The 3 biggest issues for him, the sinker, the four-seam fastball, and the slider, that all lines up pretty well to Bo Bichette. So you look at the last month, and you look at that pitch mix, the sinker, the four-seam fastball, and the slider. I mean, it looks good for Alejandro Kirk as well. I debated going with him. I did think about that, but I just decided to stick with Bo Bichette. So yeah, I like this one. The price on it is a good look as well. Plus 500 odds at FanDuel is another reason, obviously, why I like this one. Ballpark Pal really likes it. So that is my third play and my last of my 3 favorites. Now I'll go through the leans really quickly for you guys. Number 1 being Colton Cowser. Not the leans. I am playing these myself. Leans if you only want to play my 3 favorites. But the biggest thing for Colton Cowser is another pitcher. So Grant Holmes is pitching for the Mets. Where is Grant Holmes? Clay Holmes. That's why I couldn't find it. It's pitching for the Mets. He's gotten just torched by left-handed hitters over his last 5 starts. Home run every 10 at-bats is terrible. And then you look, like the Orioles bats are starting to come around, and you look at the 2 biggest issues, the sinker and the slider for Clay Holmes in terms of home runs. Colton Cowser has really good numbers against that pitch mix. 18% barrel rate, 71% hard hit rate, 71% fly ball rate. Now he strikes out a lot. And if you go back to the last 2 months, it's still really good for Colton Cowser. The strikeout rate is a little bit lower, as are the other numbers. So as he's striking out less, his percentage numbers are also a little bit less. But barrel rate, number 1 on the team. Hard hit rate, number 1 on the team. Fly ball rate, number 1 on the team. Against those 2 pitches, he's been hitting the ball decently well. Recently, not quite as hot as, again, someone like Jazz Chisholm Jr., but still pretty good. And if this game is played, it's in a phenomenal weather game. Weather Edge really likes it, and Ballpark Pal slightly likes it. So either way, good from a weather perspective. It's 90, 80 degrees. It's hot. Wind is gonna it's kind of blowing in, but also blowing to right field. So that's gonna help a left-handed hitter like Colton Cowser. So and I should give you guys the odds, and then we'll move on. He is plus 450 at Bet365. That is the price that I got. No change there. Brent Rooker, we're taking him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 330 odds at FanDuel. And the biggest thing for Rooker is, the home runs haven't quite been there, but you look at him, hard hits, leads the team, over the last 14 days. He's got 19. He's got 6 barrels, 2 healthy numbers. You look at the last week, he's got 8 hard hits, which is acceptable, not amazing, but acceptable. And he's got 2 barrels, which again is not amazing, but those are acceptable numbers. Now, I wanted to go with my guy Kurtz, but 3 hard hits in the last week, I just couldn't do it. Even though they're all barreled, I just couldn't do it. So I stuck with Brent Rooker. The pitcher is Didier Fuentes, the diddler, is pitching, and he's only made 3 starts. And his last start, he didn't allow a home run, but he did get hit pretty hard. The biggest thing here is he throws the 4-seamer like 60% of the time. And the Athletics crush 4-seamers in general, but Rooker's got good numbers. I want to go to, there we go, the Athletics. But Rooker's got good numbers against the 4-seam fastball from right-handed pitching. He's got, we look at righties, 13% barrel rate, 51% hard hit rate, 40% fly ball rate. Pretty good numbers against the 4-seamer from righties. I mean, Muncy and Clark also have decent numbers. They're just not hitting the ball as well. Like you look at Muncy, 5 hard hits in the last week. You look at Denzel Clark, 5, same thing, 5 hard hits for each of them. You know, for the last week, I like that number to be 8 or more. For the last 2 weeks, I like that number to be 14 or more. None of those kind of hit that, which is why I didn't go with any of them. Why I stuck with Rooker. And then my last 3 are all on the Marlins. I'm taking Jesus Sanchez to hit a home run, Kyle Stowers to hit a home run, and Agustin Ramirez, taking all 3 of them to hit a home run. So the pitcher for the Reds is Nick Martinez. He is not terrible. He's also not good, and he's nobody really to be scared of, really, with a righty or a lefty. Now, he's worse against righties, home run every 10 at-bats in his last 5 starts, against lefties every 22 at-bats, so he's a little bit better against righties. You look at the entire season, or excuse me, a little bit better against lefties. Look at the entire season, home run every 30 or so at-bats is a little bit below average, and then every 25 against righties. So he's been worse in both categories recently. The weather for this one is amazing. I mean, Great American Ballpark is always good from a weather perspective, but 35% from a weather or home run effect, according to Ballpark Pal, 8% from a weather perspective. And there is agreement here. Weather Edge also likes it from a weather perspective. And you just see temperatures in the mid 80s. The winds are slightly blowing out, really nothing that's going to impact the trajectory of the ball. So that really, it's just the heat, the pressure of the air, and then obviously Great American Ballpark being a hitter-friendly park. And then these 3 guys on the Marlins, the 2 guys that are the hottest at the plate are Augustin and Stowers in terms of barrels. We see 9 barrels for Stowers, 8 for Augustin. That's incredible. That's really, really good for both of them. But then the guy that's hitting the ball the hardest is Augustin, and is also Jesus Sanchez, who's got 18. Like you look at the 3 guys with the top 3 in terms of hard hits, it's Jesus Sanchez. And he doesn't have a home run to show for it, which is unlucky for him. 4 barrels in 2 weeks is an acceptable number. But like he's putting the ball in the air. 45% fly ball rate, 47% pull rate, 17-degree launch angle. Like that's good. You look at the last week, and he leads the team in hard hits. He's got 2 barrels, which is acceptable. And same thing, like 40% of the time it's a fly ball. Launch angle of 12 degrees is good. 45-degree pull rate is good. So he's kind of getting a little bit unlucky with the home run department. Like you look at Augustin, lower launch angle, each have 2 barrels. Augustin's got 2 home runs to 0 for Sanchez. So I like all 3 of them. I think they're all good looks to hit a home run. And you look at the odds on them. Stowers is plus 360 at FanDuel. Ballpark Pal loves it. Jesus Sanchez is plus 420 at FanDuel. Ballpark Pal loves it. And Agustin Ramirez, I guess, so he was plus 355 at Fanatics. That number is no longer available. So the best offer price is 350 at both FanDuel and Bet365, which I would still take there. So those are my rounding out my final 3 picks of the video. And that's all we got. So 3 guys, if you want to lock in, only 3 are going to be Bo Bichette, are going to be Eugenio Suarez, and Jazz Chisholm. If you want to lock in all 8, it's obviously already mentioned Bichette, and then it's Cowser, Agustin Ramirez, Kyle Stowers, Jesus Sanchez, Brent Rooker, and then again, the 2 guys that are among my favorites, Suarez and Jazz Chisholm Jr. If you're spraying the board, I put 0.15 units on all 3 of these guys, or all these guys, I should say, risking 1.2 units total. If you just want to take my favorite 3, I would do a half unit on all 3 of them. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the links in the description of the video if you want to support the channel. Link to Ballpark Pal, link to my Tails account, which is just where I send everything out. Make sure to bet responsibly, and have a good one.